He wants to guide us. He wants to lead our ways, and he's gracious, and he's so forgiving, so patient with us, and just awesome. So an example of just some of his characteristics you see is in 1 Samuel chapter 3, where Samuel is there. He's a young boy at this time, a young boy, maybe preteen, teenager. They don't give an exact age, and so he's been waking up out of his sleep time and time again, thinking that it is Eli who is calling him when it's actually God trying to get his attention and give him direction and instruction. And so the third time when he's confused, Eli is picking up on it. He's like, he had the revelation, like, okay, this must be God speaking to him. So he directs Samuel, next time that you hear someone call your name out, say, "Speak, Lord, your servant is listening." And in that moment, God gives, and when it happens, Samuel is given instructions, and he's given a word to give to Eli, just to give to the people. But there are three things we see about God's character here and just how he moves. The first thing we see is that there is no age limit on when God is able to use you. And we see, like, it is clear that Samuel is not adult in this passage, but we don't know how old. And at that time, he is serving in the temple. He has no specific title. He's not a priest. He's not any of these things, but he is called, and he delivers a message to Eli, and he's obedient. And you see where God just needs your faithfulness and your obedience. But he didn't say you have to be 30 to do anything. You don't have to be 50 and established and live all this life and have all this experience. But no, just follow me and be obedient. The second thing we see about God's character here is that he's patient. God did not get frustrated with Samuel because Samuel was confused. When Samuel went to Eli and thought it was him, God didn't take it as a slap in the face, because he's patient and he's kind with us. And he was understanding. And he called him multiple times. He didn't just stop at the one and just say, "Oh, look at you. You failed me. You didn't get it." No, but he called time and time again. And how awesome he was that he used Eli to direct him and help him. Because sometimes we'll be in situations where we think we hear God's voice, or we think we know what's happening, but we don't. But God will place people around us to help us and give us clues of what's going on. And the third thing that I think is so beautiful, we see that God calls us individually to himself and to do what he needs us to do. He didn't say Samuel and Eli. He didn't say Samuel and Joseph. He didn't say this or that. No, he said Samuel multiple times and gave the message directly and clearly to Samuel to give to Eli, and so on and so forth. And so I just thank God that he doesn't clump my name with other people's names, but he has a specific assignment for me. He has a journey specifically assigned for me, who I am to marry, who I'm to be with, where I'm to minister, where I'm to go. But that is all for me. And thank God that I have access to him, and that Jesus has died, so I have direct communication with the Father and a relationship to get these answers of where do you want me planted? Where do you want me to be? When do you want me to move? And I just think that's awesome that we serve a God who gives us all these things and more.